Hello everyone, this is the Commander, and today I'm going to review the Mandalorian finale, and this was a fantastic episode. This whole season has been amazing, so make sure to stay to the very end because I'll speculate about what will happen in the next season, and that it's going to come out in a year from now. So we have a while to wait, but lots of new exciting Star Wars projects. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch that. I'll link it in the end screen. So, yeah, we started out on the slave one with Fennec, Boba, Mando, and Kara of chasing after a Lambda shuttle that had the Dr. Portion inside. He's kind of the mastermind of this whole, blood donor type project. The lab, I don't know what it's for. Um, yeah, I don't think we know what it's for yet. And then we go, the shuttle is going to be overwhelmed. Fennec, Mando, and Kara board the shuttle while Boba pilots the Slave One. And they go to this grassland planet with some factories on it to find Bo-Katan and her sidekick. I'm not too sure about her names, but I think it's like Codster Reeves or something. And then there was an argument between these Mandalorians because the Mandalorian, like himself, it's more neutral. You have Boba, who the others are like, you're not a real Mandalorian, and your armor, it's like you don't deserve to wear that armor because you don't really care about what's happening to Mandalore. Obviously, we know Mandalore kind of got messed up after the Great Purge. So yeah, these two kind of dislike each other. And Catan says to Boba that I've heard your voice thousands of times. And that's kind of reference to the Clone Wars because it's the same voice as all the clones. So that is pretty funny. And then the scuffle starts where the two are fighting each other for a little, but it is able to be resolved. And Catan says she wants the Darksaber to retake Mandalore. So then above the shuttle, there was a mission briefing, and they kind of force Dr. Pershing to tell them where stuff is on the ship. He tells them that the droids, these dark troopers are droids and not humans. It's Phase 3 dark troopers, I'm pretty sure. And then he also tells them where things are located. Um, like where the dark troopers are going to be deployed from and where the cells are. So then the ship exits hyperspace and the Slave One, where Boba is in, the Slave One fires at the Lambda shuttle to make it seem like it's fighting the Lambda shuttle, but in reality it's not. And then the Lambda flies into the Hano, kind of a crash landing, and so then our hero storm out of the Lambda shuttle and fight the stormtroopers. But Boba is not present. He's still in the Slave One, I'm pretty sure. Um, he kind of just disappears for the rest of the episode. But then so then our heroes are fighting stormtroopers, but Moff Gideon requests that the Dark Troopers be activated. So then the Mandalorian tries to go to where the Dark Troopers are, um, but he's overwhelmed by where they are. He can't stop them from getting out, and not even his flamethrower will destroy them. But his beskar arrow finally gets it done, but he's only able to destroy one. However, the rest are going to be sent into the vacuum of space. And then we have more stormtroopers fighting the heroes, some cool fighting scenes. And then the Mandalorian encounters Moff Gideon, who's in front of Grogu in the cell. Gideon requests that the Mandalorian hand over his little pistol, his weapon, and then the Mandalorian requests that he has Grogu. And Gideon kind of just says here, don't let Bo-Katan get the weapon, and that he wants to keep the weapon at him, the dark saber, and he talks about the dark saber a little. But in the end, the Mandalorian said he just wants Grogu, and Moff Gideon said he can have him, but it was a trap. And this, even though we know that Moff Gideon's a bad guy, he's just so convincing at being nice to like to believe that he's actually going to let him have Grogu. So then Moff Gideon slashes his dark saber at the Mandalorian, but remember, this was mentioned earlier in the episode, it can't cut through pure Beskar, and so the two duel it out with for a while, and the Mandalorian, his weapon is he's using that pure Beskar arrow he got from a while ago, and so then Gideon is defeated, and he's not dead, he's just kind of captured. So then the others have claimed the bridge. That's Cara Dune, Fennec, Bo-Katan, and her sidekick. And so then they bring Moff Gideon there. But because the Mandalorian beat Moff Gideon said he can't give the dark saber to Bo-Katan. Yes, that whole dark saber thing, you have to defeat, you can't just hand it over. You have to defeat the predecessor with the dark saber. A very interesting kind of line of it being handed down. So yeah, that creates an interesting problem. But then there are going to be more dark troopers coming out, and they kind of just fly out from nowhere. I forget where they come from, and then they try to breach the bridge, but an X-wing flies past, and all of the main characters are like, oh, a single X-wing, that's not gonna do anything. But it's a Jedi, and at first it's hard to tell which Jedi it is. We were speculating that there would be a Jedi in this episode, but there's tons of options. And at first I don't even know that we get to see which kind of blade it is, but then we see that green blade. And that for me narrows it down to two options. Yes, two, not one. Obviously Luke Skywalker, because the classic green blade, and he's in a hood as well, kind of like the one in the Return of the Jedi, but at the same time it could have been Ezra Bridger, because he did use a green lightsaber as well. But then we realized that it is Luke, because he had the hand, that robotic hand. So during all, when Luke's coming through, Moff Gideon grabs a gun and tries to fire it at the others, but I don't think he hits anybody, or nobody's seriously injured. And then Luke finally gets through all the dark troopers and reaches the bridge, and he says that he wants Grogu. And the Mandalorian takes off his helmet he takes a lot of time with his helmet off, and says one last goodbye to Grogu. Quite a sad time to see Grogu leave from Mando, but I do think we will see them together at some point, but it's not going to be like it is before. I'll speculate in a little more just at the end of the episode. So then Luke takes Grogu and leaves, but there are many unanswered questions. So that's going to be the end of this season. It was fantastic, amazing. To be honest, after the fourth season, I was not amazed. I knew it was a good series, but I was not amazed. After this season, I'm definitely amazed. Great job to all the directors and producers of this. But there are some questions, like I said, and these will of course be answered eventually. But what about Moff Gideon? Is he going to be captured by Cara Dune and executed, or fined and put in prison? That is another thing. Possibly we could see that in the upcoming TV show, The Rangers of the New Republic. And then we also have the dark saber. It's Bo-Katan gonna get it, and last episode I forgot to mention this, but this the Mandalorian's face was able to be scanned to get those coordinates, and that means he had to have some kind of imperial past. So that will also be interesting to see. I don't know where we could see that, but what am I gonna think? What do I think is going to happen next season? I think the most possible thing is we would have the Mandalorian with Bo-Katan and her other Mandalorians fighting to reclaim Mandalore. I think that is the main thing that could happen, and I do not think Boba would be involved. I think this series is really going to be more focused on the Mandalorian starting next season. Obviously, we're a lot of Mandalorians in this season, but it's kind of going to move away from Jedi next season. And what about Luke training Grogu? We are definitely going to see a show for that. I don't know if that will be featured in the Star Wars Ahsoka show or maybe that Star Wars Visions show, but that doesn't seem like a mainstream show to me. So that it's still maybe Rangers of the New Republic would also feature that. Lots of questions after this, but we have some new series coming up soon. So please make sure to check out some of my videos if you're new to the channel. And this is the Commander signing out.